Please help me welcome on stage our next guest, Alex Enache. Just have one question. Can I touch you? Now, with AI, you just have got to be sure of everything. And the way he looks, he's from Las Vegas, so I think he wants something. Alex, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Kalispera, buongiorno. I'm happy to be here, and I think we're going to have a great 20 minutes. I'm going to say some things that might upset some of you, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to make you smarter. Is that okay? Quick disclaimer. All right, good. Because what I got for you is going to be, I'm going to try my best in these 20 minutes to help you win 2 hours per day back. Is that okay? Would you want something like that? All right, let's do something real quick that AI cannot do. Can you please stand up? Don't be shy. Come on, I'm already standing up. Yeah, come on. A bit of energy. Come on, you got this. Come on. I see you there, young man. Come on. You're young enough. All right. So for those that work less than 10 hours per week, you can sit down. If you work less than 10 hours per week. I want to know this man's secret. All right. If you work less than 20 hours per week, you can sit down. Mark, I'm seeing you. Okay, nice. Good for you. Very lazy. If you work less than 30 hours per week, you may sit down. That's what I thought. If you work less than 40 hours per week, you can sit down. We're still there, yeah. If you work less than 50 hours per week, now you may finally sit down. This is interesting. All right, lovely folks, lovely humans, you may sit down. Now, all of you, it's fine. This was interesting because the crowd in the US is quite different than what I'm seeing here today compared to Europe. But I'm not going to go in that direction for today. It's fine. Let's talk about Europeans and what we do. First of all, who's the guy with the golden tie and with the big nose talking to you today? I think my lovely host already mentioned a couple of things about me, but yeah, I am a digital nomad. I have an online business. AI helped me build all of this. Otherwise, 2 years ago, this would have been impossible to do all the tasks that I do daily. All right, just for you to know. So pretty much like what I do for myself, it's what I give to business owners, to solo entrepreneurs, to small businesses, and even medium ones sometimes. As I said, I worked as an ex-corporate trainer together with a small company called Google in Berlin. And I talk about AI, and I do like AI consulting automation kind of around the world with different clients, mostly from US and Germany. All right, this is just enough about me. Let's talk about some problems here that we have, the majority of us, especially if you want to be a digital nomad, if you're a solo entrepreneur, if you're a freelancer, some time wasters. Emails, meetings, content creation, which are super important. Sometimes you got to answer them, but they do take your time. And if you're a solo person working on everything, you got to decide. What are you going to do? Are you going to focus on projects and delivering and making money, or are you going to hop on the call with the guy and don't know if he's going to pay you or not? Discovery call. Right. Would you want to deep dive into these 3 things? And I'm going to give you some practical workflows. Would you want something like that? Yes. Nice. Good. I'm happy to hear that people actually are open to innovation. Right. Now, it's important, first of all, to mention where AI is today. Today, not in 2027. I'm not here one of those like big shot guys that I met in US that would talk about innovation, disruption, 2027. No, today. We're talking about today, what can be done. And we have different levels there. That company, quite famous, called OpenAI. They're the guys that build ChatGPT, right? And they're the ones telling us what are the different levels of AI capabilities. As you might see, for those of you with sharp eyesight or excellent glasses, I put a heart at level 3. Maybe you might ask, why level 3? Because if I would not put a heart there, people would kind of freak out a bit. Because when you're seeing that AI agents, and these are like systems that can take actions, it means that I can replace some human workers. And this is the part where some people are going to start hating me. But we cannot deny these things, right? I'm not going to be one of those persons telling you, like, oh, it's safe, you know, like all you do AI cannot do. Like, no, I've seen examples of companies replacing people with AI systems. Now, my job here today is to make sure that you don't get replaced by these systems that I sometimes built. Just trying to be honest here, transparent, all right? Is that okay? Good. So level 3, they keep saying sometimes, oh, it's level 2, it can reason with you, blah, blah, blah. No, we can develop systems to do tasks. So one of the concepts that I built, because again, the majority of times people don't know exactly what to do with it, right? You got this ChatGPT thing, and they throw it at you, and like, come on, do stuff. And you're like, what should I do with it? I don't know. What should I? And what happens is you go on this spiral of like bookmarking content and watching YouTube videos, and do you get any value from it? Most of the time, no. You just bookmark it and forget about it. And AI kind of ages like fine milk, where what used to work 3 months ago is completely different 3 months later. So I have a different strategy when I work with clients. We do the 4-hour AI work week concept, right? Where we do it, and this is something that you can apply for yourself pretty much from today. All of this that you're seeing here, all right? You would not focus on the AI news, on the new AI tools, on the hype. We don't need none of that. What you need to focus on, what are your repetitive tasks? What you specifically do that you're noticing that you're doing it often during the day. Is it meetings the whole day? Is it sales calls? Is it marketing content? You need to focus on you, not on the AI news. We create AI solutions, and today I'm going to show you stuff that's going to be like no code, really easy to implement instantly, so you don't have to be overwhelmed with complexity. All of this can be done super fast and super cheap. And then we reinvest that saved time, because once you start winning, right, you implement some of these workflows, you win half an hour per day back, 1 hour, you can reinvest it, right, to spend more time with the family, to dedicate it to your passions, or to, build the business faster. And these are going to be usually two choices at this point. You either decide to take a bit of a break and enjoy human life, but the majority of American clients, they just decide to work harder until they kind of burn out. I don't enjoy that, but again, I'm just saying you what I've been noticing from my own personal experience doing this kind of stuff, right? So you need to be conscious of the choices you make. Once you win time back with AI, what are you going to do with this time back? If you're going to accelerate and just build more and more. I've also been guilty of this, and it's a gray area. But just for you to know. All right, let's hop into the solutions here. Again, I'm not talking about theory. My clients don't pay me to tell them, what is AI? What is disruption? They pay me to tell them how to cut costs, save time, and make more money. Is this something that you would want? Or should I explain to you, what is a GPT, general purpose transformer, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Right, one of them. So I'm going to show you again what is possible today. This is not theory. This is what I built for people. This is what I'm going to show you. Also the tool, everything, the template, you're going to get all of this. One of the problems that I had at the beginning of my business, right, I started doing this solo. I had emails that I had to answer every day. And I was like, and sometimes it would take me like 2 hours in the morning or in the afternoon to check them and answer and do customer service, all this stuff. And it annoyed me at one point. Like, can I automate this? Yes, I can. And I'm going to tell you the exact tool that I'm using for this is going to be at the end of the presentation. So stick around, don't run. All right, so what you're seeing there on the left side is pretty much the workflow, how it's connected in the back end. In the middle, you're seeing what happens there. So my AI secretary scans my emails every hour and drafts an answer for me. It doesn't send it. I don't want it to send it. I want to prepare the answers so that I can double check them, make sure that they're good, and then I can send them. We have control. Because when people ask me, should I automate? Should I just let the AI do everything? No, don't do that. It's going to ruin your brand. It's going to ruin your business. What we do is the 10-80-10 rule. Does anybody of you know what that means? I'm going to explain real quick. It means 10% of the time, we as humans put our best creativity and brainstorming to work. We figure out what are the lever-moving tasks for our business. What do you need to focus on? We delegate 80% of the heavy lifting to the AI automations, and then we check the remaining 10% once we got the results if it's good. So we always have control on it. We don't just let it run wildly and you get into trouble. This is why 10-80-10. Control on this. And this is the result on the right. So my clients, when they ask me about customer service for my course or for my newsletter, for my automations, depending on the keyword that they mentioned in the email that I want to hear, they're going to get one of these answers from my AI secretary. And it's pretty neat. It works fine. Nobody complained to me that they received a robotic answer because I fine-tuned it. You can do that. It's cool. Do this. All right? I'm going to show you in the end the exact template and the tool that I use for this. You're going to like it. Meetings 2.0. How many of you have meetings daily? Some of you. Probably you still have meetings anyway because you're humans and you have to do them. There's no way to block them. So you're going to have it at least once per week. What do? What you're seeing on the left is not accelerate, like it's not speed up. This is in real time. When they ask me, can you do for us like a project proposal, a presentation? I don't want to spend 2 hours making a PowerPoint presentation. I just go to Gamma. It's a tool that's free to use. You put in your documentation that they gave you, what they want to know, the project, the keywords, blah, 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 and it creates for you the presentation. 10 slides. It looks really cool, really modern. You can export it in PDF. You can send them a link. It works super nice. Again, all these tools that you're seeing, by the way, I'm not affiliated with them. I just talk with the CEOs. They're cool tools. I use them every day, and I think they're good. Out of hundreds of tools that I use out there with AI, because I'm kind of an AI nerd, this is... Yes, but it was made with, I converted to Google Slides just to be sure that it's compatible, because that's what they asked me. Otherwise, I would have given you the Gamma. Right. So I would use that one to just create presentations much, much faster. And as I said, they look good. You just need to do 10, 80, 10. You give the output in the beginning, you let the AI do that beautiful stuff over there in the back, and then the 10%, you're like, okay, I want to maybe fix some images, change a bit the copy here. It works. I converted clients from these presentations. It was great. By the way, if I talk too fast, let me know. Raise your hand. Tell me, Alex, you're going a bit too fast. I'm confused. All right? I want you to understand and use this stuff. It's not about me doing a presentation here. Bless you, kind sir. All right, the one on the right, what you're seeing there, grain. So a lot of times, I don't want to go to meetings. I don't want them. I don't need them. So what I do is I send my autopilot to do them. So there's a meeting of these 4 or 5 people. I cannot be bothered. So I just send one of these. It takes the notes for me. And then what I do later is like I do sentiment analysis, or I create from it, like take the transcript. I can put it into Google Gemini. Maybe you heard about that one. And I ask it, can you give me like a 10, like a 1-page project proposal or something, right? And it does this for me. So I just can send them the document via email, and it's done much, much faster. This tool that you're seeing, Grain, I like it because it's free, because there's a little hack. The free plan allows you to do up to 20 meetings to record them. But if you delete the old meetings, you can still have new ones. So don't tell the CEO that I gave you this tip. It's quite nice. All right, let's move on. This one, I hope all of you are familiar with Perplexity. It's a great tool. How many of you are using it? Perplexity, raise your hand. Not a lot of people. Come on, it's a great tool. Okay, you're going to explore it today. If it's one of the things that you're going to take from today, try out Perplexity. Why? Because it's pretty much Google Search 2.0. What do I mean with this? Well, we have to understand, right? When you want answers on the internet, right? When you're searching for something, what do? Like you put your question and you don't get the answer, right? You're getting, first of all, ads, the stuff that I used to build with Google in Berlin and I hate. And then you got links, right? Links to blogs that maybe are relevant, maybe they're not. So you don't get your answer. You have to filter through them. Perplexity does it differently. It uses AI to basically pretty much give you the answer to your question and then provide the sources. So it's pretty much like a fine-tuned AI for research, which is a lot more trustworthy. Again, you still need to double-check it just to be sure, but it works great. It's free. It's very fast. This is the basic version, because people don't have a lot of imagination. Like, oh, I can just use that as Google. No. Take it a step further. Like one day I was doing research, right? How is DALL-E working with the US military? You don't know that, but they're doing it. Anyway, I found the information, and I was like trying to write my post on Twitter, a thread. And I was like, wait a minute, why am I writing this? I just went back to Perplexity and was like, hey, can you write to me a Twitter thread on this information? And it did it for me. Divided it nicely. I just copy-pasted it. What am I trying to tell you with this? With the result that you get from your research, convert it to what you actually need. Tell it like, hey, can you give it to me as a presentation that I can add, the keywords? Can you give it to me as a report for my manager? Because they ask me this specific stuff. So take it one step further, not just simple Google search. Be a bit more creative. Right. Now, graphic designers usually hate me for this. But it worked great for me in the span of the last 2 years. Because what I do is for all my marketing, imagery, branding, logos, for all my stuff, like my newsletter, my website, my documents, lead magnets, all that I have, they're made with Midjourney, which I think is the best tool for image generation. It costs you $20 per month. It's a pretty great investment, to be honest. The only limitation with AI is it does not write really well. I don't know if you ever saw this. The writing is kind of garbage. It's weird stuff. They're improving on it, but it's not there yet. So what I do is I use a free tool, right? I take the cool images from Midjourney, and then I put the writing with Canva. Really easy, really fast, really cheap. Because before, you would talk with the graphic designer, back and forth. They would give you a quote. They would maybe prepare some stuff. I don't have time for that. I don't want to spend $1,000. I just can spend $10 for this. I'm sorry if there are graphic designers in the room, but this system works really well for me. All right. Then, one of the questions, though, I often get from my clients, which AI should I use, right? Because I heard there are multiple ones. There's Claude, there's Gemini, there's the open source ones. Which one is better? I use all of them at the same time. Honestly, just the easiest solution. There's this tool called chathub.gg. You put one prompt there at the bottom, and what you're seeing is it's running it in parallel with all of them. ChatGPT-4, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, so that I can compare results. Because they're not the same. They have pros and cons. Gemini, for example, it's really good for copywriting. ChatGPT is the worst one that sounds like a robot. So if I need productivity, I would use ChatGPT. If I needed a copywriter, I prefer more Gemini and Claude. And I can see it from this comparison, in real time, which is great. Or when I do brainstorming, I can get so many ideas, and half of them are garbage. 2/3 of them are not that good. But if there are like 2-3 gems in there, I'm winning. I'm increasing my revenue and conversion because the AI gave me some great ideas that normally I would not have. So there's value in this. All right? Try it out. It's free. A little underestimated thing that I see not a lot of people doing is voice GPT. How many of you talked with AI? A good amount. I like that. It's improving. All right, good. Yeah, so what I used to do is, because you have to type all the time with AI, right? And it gets boring. You sit down the whole day and you type. I mean, nobody wants to do that. It's bad for your back. So the solution is simple. Why don't you go walking on the Italian beach like I do in the evenings with your headphones on and you just talk with it? You give it the prompt like, hey, be my therapist. I want to break up with my girlfriend. Can you give me some tips? You think it's a joke. It's actually a real story, but I don't have enough time to tell it right now. It's a long story with a girl from Canada. It was a tough one. But I got the insights that I needed from the AI, not from my friends. You know why? Because AI is objective. Incentives, right? If I would talk with a therapist, what do they want? They actually want me to go to the next session, so I pay them more. AI just wants to be a helpful assistant. Give me data. I told it after the whole 1-hour conversation that I had with it, give me a confidence ratio. How confident do you think I am based on what I told you in this relationship? I can't figure out. Sure, Alex. Can some of you guess the percentage from 1 to 100? 60. 5%. 20. 30%. And I was like, oh, damn. I have to make a phone call. And yeah, that was terrible. But it helped me a lot have clarity in my thoughts, because it's an embarrassing topic sometimes. I don't want to talk with my friends, right, that I cannot make up my mind. It helped me. I don't know. It's just, this is an extreme case, of course, but what I would do most of the time is I would tell it, hey, I need to talk with a potential client, give me like like an email opener or something like that, or prepare for me a marketing plan for December. Write the draft, and when I come back to the office, I take this part that it was already done, and then I just work with it, right? So that's why I just does a bit of the work before. I don't have to sit the whole day. I can actually enjoy the sun like a human. Does that make sense? Try it out. It's really easy to do. This is a pretty cool idea for solopreneurs, solo entrepreneurs, of course. Because the thing is, if you're building your business alone as a digital nomad in the beginning, if you don't have like $50,000 per month, a lot of the times the bottleneck is actually you. You don't have clarity, you don't know what to prioritize, So this actually helped me. One day I woke up and I just could not figure out, what do I want to do? And I was like, hey, can I just talk with ChatGPT about this? Can it give me more structure to my day? It doesn't hurt to ask, right? And it actually worked. I was like, okay, so here are the objectives that I have for this week. I don't know how to schedule my day. Can you give me like a potential plan with some, productivity hacks? And I liked the answer a lot. It was solid. So I was like, oh, this can actually work as my daily coach or planner, and I can talk with it again in the weekend and tell it like, hey, this is the progress I made. Let's talk about what are the next steps. It works great because it gives me, again, clarity, right? If you are solo, you have somebody to consult with. It's not bad. Try it out. And this is the tool that I started the presentation with, right, that you saw for the AI secretary, the email autoresponder. It's called make.com. How many of you know it? A good amount. Nice. It's a great tool. Probably more of you are familiar with Zapier. Now, why do I use make.com? Because it costs half. I'm here to tell you how to cut costs. So why would I use the most expensive tool when make.com does the same for half the cost? The cool thing about it, even better, is that when you use the free version of it, it has all the functionalities. You just have a bit less credits. But you can still use all these workflows that you're seeing there. For example, the one on the left, where I just send it voice messages and create social media posts for me, because I don't want to be sticking on the timeline and rotting my brain, right? I just want to create content, and my AI secretary just posts them for me when I want to. And it's not AI making content, it's my content as a human being, processed by the AI to post it at the most convenient time. So it's not replacement of humans, it's acceleration. That's how I see it. That's what I kind of try to give people. What you have on the right is just a system to create blog articles. Like you press one time the button, you provide the titles, and it generates for you like 7 blog articles. And it keeps going while you sleep at night. It's great. Bigger companies love it. But just to show the potential what you can do with this, I'm going to give you also, again, you're going to have access to these slides. They're on my website. It's a limited time thing because they change with everywhere I go. When I go like in Vegas or New York or another places, like I update them. I add new content. So they're not on my website forever. But what you're seeing, those little links there at the bottom, they're the links to download the blueprints. So that if you want to try out make.com, you just import these blueprints and you add your own account there, you know, the OpenAI API, your own Google Drive, and you try them out. Simple as that. I'm giving you pretty much everything. To do some takeaways here, so what's the game plan here? Well, I gave you a good amount of tools. You know, I don't want to overwhelm you. So the whole idea is you would see which one that you like the most, right? And you just try it today. Today, not in 1 week. Don't bookmark the stuff. There's no bookmark option. Just try it out and see the benefits that you get, right? You start winning a bit of time back, you know, 20 minutes. 40 minutes, and then you can reinvest this time with the strategy that I kind of provided to you, how I think about AI, and it works for a good amount of clients. And ideally, you would enjoy nomad life, you would not work triple like I do because I'm a workaholic, and I love the stuff that I do, like I'm passionate about it, but I don't recommend this kind of lifestyle to everybody. Just saying. All right, now, at the bottom, you'll see there's like a lot more use cases, but they gave me only 20 minutes of time, so I tried to give you maximum value in these 20 minutes. So I hope this was okay for now, for today. This is pretty much the QR code to my website where you have like more free resources, right? You have like, there's my newsletter, which is like every Tuesday for free with more workflows. You have access to the presentation. This one, the link for the Google Slides that you can get there. So save the link, by the way, because I'm going to remove it in 1 week. So you go on my website, you check the link to the presentation, the Athens one, and you just bookmark, like you save the link and you check it out later tonight. And I'm also doing a workshop. Like I do it, normally I do like B2B stuff. But once a month, I do it for around like 10 people. I do like B2C, which is not going to be 20 minutes. It's going to be like 2 hours plus 1 week support for implementation so that you can get access to all these tools. I help you put them to work, and you understand how to properly take action and win your time back if you want to join. If not, it's totally fine. All right. I think that's all that I had for today. Yeah, the workshop is going to be on the 12th of October, 1 week long, because then I will go to Chiang Mai. You can find me in Chiang Mai in Thailand, because I forgot to say, I'm a digital nomad. That's it, folks. Thank you. Questions, I think, right? It's questions time.
Yeah.
Is it going to steal our jobs? Yes, some. Is it going to kill us all? No, not yet.
Hi.
Hi there. What's your name, sir?
I'm Haz.
Hi, nice to meet you, Haz.
I have a question about prompt engineering.
Yeah.
I feel like there is an art to it. How did you learn what kind of prompts and how to give prompts to AI?
That's a good question. This is a question from last year. It used to be really popular, prompt engineering. This year, the main topic is AI agents. But it's very important because without proper prompting, your AI agents are not going to work. Your AI tools are not going to work because they're not consistent. I have some AI tools, and I know because I made a lot of mistakes with this. It's not dark magic. It's not some specific technical science. It's just the art of critical thinking as a human. Because if you can talk with humans in a proper way, in a clear way, very likely you know also how to talk with the AI. Because the most times, like people think I'm not a consultant, they think I'm a magician. I can just read their minds, and I know what they want, and AI does the same. No, you need to be clear with your instructions. How did I learn this stuff? A lot of repetition. So I've been doing this stuff from 2018 with like my master's thesis. So as I said, I'm a chatbot nerd and this kind of stuff. It was terrible in 2018. But I just did a lot of experiments, right? I tried, I'd see what worked better, what worked worse, and I refined them day by day. And it's not like an art, it's a skill that you develop, like clear communication, like public speaking. I sucked 5 years ago. I did hundreds of hours of public speaking until I suck a bit less. You do the same with prompting, and you're going to get results, I can promise you that. Next person, I see some hands over there. Man is excited. Come on, hit me.
Hi. First of all, thank you very much for all the value you shared with us.
Stop. Yeah.
Welcome. There was some...
What's your name, kind sir?
Michael.
Michael. Nice to meet you.
At some point, it was like you were in my mind on the point where you said that don't bookmark it, just use it. I'm bookmarking all the tools that I find. Anyway, a silly question that has some, to some extent, it will help me. Your answer will help me to understand why. You mentioned that DALL-E is used by U.S. Army.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give us some information on that? Because I want to... DALL-E is for art.
Before I get censored by the American government, I disappear mysteriously in 2 days. It was a project from 2023, where like the U.S. Army wanted to do like mapping of enemy territories, and DALL-E is the one that's like the image generator that can create images, right?
Yeah.
And the idea was to use this to generate potential imagery of enemy battlefields. More I cannot tell you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for that. It was an insightful presentation. And one thing that brings to mind...
What's your name, please?
I'm Antonia.
I'm Antonia, nice.
My name is Antonia.
Antonia, okay. Like Italian, that works. It's easier. Thank you. Antonia.
Yes, I'm from Romania, but yes, it's an Italian name. My interest is in potentially understanding some of the risks that this would come to, because I understand it's efficient, I understand the world is going towards that way, but I'm wondering in terms of the human aspect that it's so precious to me and to probably many of us. How can we navigate some of those risks that may come up?
Human aspect? No, I'm just joking. It's fine. It's a great time. It's a time of abundance, actually, where we are living. But you do pose a very good question of the potential risks, because there are. So it's not perfect. This technology is not perfect. There's a lot of problems that it's creating. People ask me to make AI girlfriends for them. I say no. But what I want to say to you is like, it's a time of abundance because it requires us to do the best in our human potential. Because you're not stuck anymore doing 4 hours of Excel sheets and stuff like that that you can automate. It requires you to get better ideas, to work on more important things, to be a more impactful communicator. So AI, in order to work properly, needs the best of Antonia to put it to work. You need to think harder and smarter to make better prompts. Human aspect. Some people are getting replaced by it, as I mentioned, because it didn't generate enough value. I worked in customer service 10 years ago. If I had to copy-paste templates, there's AI for that. They fired they fired like 700 people at Klarna. Why? There's not enough value. Those people were supposed to upskill, perhaps, develop new skills to deliver more value to the company. Because I can tell you one thing. One of my entrepreneur friends that makes fat money, he told me last year, if people don't use AI, I'm not hiring them. I'm not working with them. Second thing that I wanted to mention, it's like, again, you need to find ways to generate more value. And the thing is, if you have AI skills, if you're learning them, they're not going to fire you because you have valuable addition to give to the team. You're a flexible thinker. You find solutions out of the box. This is the age where we live in. Finding solutions, not doing the same stuff in the office the whole day. And a lot of people are going to get fired for that. It's coming. That's why I put the heart at level 3 and not the skull. Yes. Ladies first, or I don't know.
Hi.
Hi.
Such a nice presentation. Thank you so much. I'm Dora. I'm from Greece.
Nice to meet you.
I would like to ask, all these tools, AI tools, how do they work in language that they are not so common, like Greek or Italian,
They work worse because they were trained on American data sets.
Okay.
So they work a bit worse. Like I remember if you use the voice chat GPT, and I would talk in Italian with it, it would talk to me back in Italian, but it would sound like a British guy that lived in Italy for 10 years. It still works, but I'm like, it's a very strong accent, which was funny. But yeah, they work worse usually. I think with Greek it would struggle a bit.
Okay.
You would prefer, if you can, work with it in English. You're going to get better results, and then translate it in Greek.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, I thought about this. Thank you so much.
Smart.
Hi, thank you very much for your presentation. I'm Katie, I'm from Greece.
Hello, Katie.
Is it wise to save the information we get from chatbots or AI tools? Save it on a cloud, or is there a risk of losing them?
I can put it another way. So saving the information is not a problem. Most of the questions I get from my clients is my data safe if I put it in the AI? So the answer is no. If you have, like one of the German clients that I had is like, hey, we work with a travel agency, people give us their passports. Could they automate this task like, yeah, we're going to scan their passports and put this information in the form? Yes, this can be done. Is it a security and privacy risk? Yes, don't do it. It's a terrible idea. Do it manually for now. It's okay, because you either get the enterprise plans where they don't save your data, at least that's what they say. They're like, we're not going to use your data to train it. I hope they don't. They're going to get all my data anyway. And when you save this information, yeah, I mean, nobody's stopping you from saving the output that you get from ChatGPT or the voice messages or the emails or whatever. It's fine. There's no regulations against it yet. And in Europe, they're making regulations. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Some last questions? Yes.
Alex, thank you so much. I think I'm going to go in another direction because I need you to please try to put my mind at ease. Do you think something is being done, maybe not in the near future, but for later, to minimize the damage caused by AI on the planet? What I'm trying to say is that I think we all know that in order to train one language model, for example, I don't know how many tons of electricity are being used. So this aspect of it is frightening to me. Do you think that moving forward and with the very fast progress that's being made, are AI people thinking about this? Do they consider this?
I can give you the answer. So they're opening, I think in France, or I don't remember the exact state, they're opening 2 new nuclear power plants, for example, Microsoft, so they can get like more energy for this. So keyword currently in the US is acceleration. And in the EU, it's regulation. Problem with the EU is like we're being left in 2015. Facebook is not giving us their AI models anymore. iPhone is not giving us AI anymore on the new iPhone. So in the US, they don't care about nobody. Like if they can innovate, they can move faster. That's why they're doing it. They're making billions of money on it. In Europe, they're trying to figure out these aspects. But again, Europe has nothing with AI. They're not innovating in nothing. So like, I'm sorry to say this, I'm European. But like, we're not forerunners, you know. In terms of potential ambiental, like, you know, environment impact, from what I'm seeing currently, there are not a lot of initiatives now thinking about like, hey, we should protect the environment. They're saying, oh, in order to scale AI to the next level of being like incredibly smart to send us to Mars, we need more energy. So they're opening nuclear power plants to get more energy. That's just facts.
So how about, some people think if we fight this, not actively fight it, but if we use it less, it might be an incentive for those people to rethink it and find ways to make it more acceptable.
It's not going to happen. I mean, I noticed when I don't use AI, I feel like I'm 10 times slower. Like when I have to type all my landing page and website stuff, and it's like, the difference is pretty significant. Even if I create images and I have to go and find images on the internet and do like Photoshop or stuff like that, it takes me like 5 times more time. I use these actively all the time, and the people that are working, that are creating startups, they're trying to find faster, better ways to do it. So the majority, like big majority of tech people, they just want to move faster and do better, not see like, oh, these are potential risks, let's slow down. Like I'm seeing the slow down version is not really popular anymore.
Do you have any ideas?
Regarding what? To slow down? I was talking about this last year, for example. I was trying to tell people, hey, it will steal jobs, you know, let's try to find some alternatives. It didn't really work out in the end, so I was like, I would not have a specific answer for this. I tried to make people conscious. That's why I appreciated her question. I like your interest. Definitely something that should be vocalized more, but I don't know much what I can do. Like, I don't do energy management, right? I'm an AI automation guy, so companies reach out to me to improve their processes. That's my task, pretty much. You can ask AI, but ask the new one, ask the O1 version, that one that actually thinks it through step by step and it like takes 30 seconds to think. It might give you an interesting answer. I'm going to run that. Thank you. I love this because you see, this is what happens in the EU. When I go in the US, nobody asks these questions. Like they're like, how can I work smart? Give me more tools, only this, I need more. I was like, You're in the right place. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, I can tell you one thing. When I was in Cornell Tech in New York, and I asked people, like, I can give you back 2 hours per day. What would you do with it? Would you, would you work more on the business? Would you develop your hobbies? Would you spend time with your family? I had a room of like 150 business owners. None of them, they said they want to spend more time with the family. All of them were like, we want to do more business. I want to create a side hustle. I don't know what happened to you. How come you're different? But I'm just saying it's a very different place. Yeah, probably that's why. Yes, lady over there.
I'm also American, and I want to know more about the workshop.
What's your name, please? I didn't hear your names.
Melody.
Melanie, hi, yeah.
Yes. I want to know a little bit more information about the workshop.
Yeah, it's going to be on the 12th of October. I'm going to show you how to implement some of the systems that you saw today and more stuff. Also how to build like AI agents with voice flow to do like customer service. Some other workflows that I have for other tasks, right? This one was more focused towards like solo entrepreneurs and freelancers and digital nomads. But what I do in the workshop is like a 2-hour thing where I show you also prompt engineering. I show like AI agents. I give you more templates. And I give you like 1 week support, like if you have more questions and you actually want to try this stuff out.
Okay, it's a 2-hour.
Yeah, on Saturday, pretty much. On Saturday, 2 hours live, you talk with me. It's pretty cool. Like in the past, it worked out really well. It's maximum 10 people. I try to keep the classroom small.
Hello, I'm Mahmoud from Iran. And
saw in the Telegram group. You're very active.
Thank you very much. And for more than a decade, I'm using Telegram. I would like to just put something more to your very, very interesting presentation, that chatbots in Telegram are very intelligent, and nowadays they are using AI. And if you just work the Telegram, it is very powerful. And for our website now, we use the premium Telegram that has a section for the customer service. It uses the AI for your customer service, and this is one of the most maybe issues for the website for the customer service. And this customer service is free and very intelligent. And just I would like to add.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the good ones. I do more like Zendesk and this kind of stuff just because it's a bit more professional, right? I'm not sending people on Telegram, but that one works well because it's fast and easy, right? A lot of people have Telegram, they can talk, it's immediately, so good one. There's automations, again, with the tool that I showed you, with make.com, you can also connect it basically, from tickets that you receive in a form, you can put them into Telegram and they'll get like a Telegram answer if they provide the phone number or account. So it works. There are Telegram integrations with make.com if you want to try it out or if you want me to build them for you. Is my time finished, I think, right? I got to get out of here.